Details. Let's talk more about this. Joining us right now is CNN aviation analyst Miles O'Brien. Miles, it's good to see you. So let's start with this missing piece, this door plug. They found it in this man's backyard in Portland, Oregon. The door plug, this piece that blew out, it can help investigators answer what questions?
Yeah, it's crucial, Kate. This is one of those cases. We often talk about crashes where we're looking for the cockpit voice recorder, the flight data recorder to solve it. This is an investigation that is going to have a lot more to do with looking at the actual metal, looking at how things were fastened and were those fasteners applied properly, and also going through the paperwork associated with all the work that is done on the aircraft to ensure every nut was tightened properly, that pins were put in and wires and so forth that would ensure whatever was tightened down properly and meant to hold.
Just even it's been a couple days since, but I'm just still hit with what the pilots were experiencing, what the flight crew was experiencing, what the passengers were experiencing. The fact that by happenstance, people were not sitting in those direct two seats right where this blew out. It's really just mind-boggling and terrifying that what they all went through.
Yeah, you don't want an aircraft to open up a door in flight. That goes without saying. I think we could all agree on that one. And it would have been noisy, it would have been loud, it would have been extremely confusing, it would have been cold. A lot of things would have happened. It's a reminder to all of us to please stay buckled when you're sitting in your seat, no matter what. This is fairly short after takeoff, so most people were in fact buckled. And as you say, some good news here is that there weren't people right there. Now, I will say that, you talk about silver linings here. This happened at 16,000 feet, which means the pressure differential between the inside and the outside would have been about 2 pounds per square inch. Given the size of the door, that would have been 5,000 pounds of pressure on it. Now, if they had been at 36,000 feet, it would have been 22,000 pounds of pressure on that same door and would have been a much more dramatic incident. And incidentally, at 36,000 feet, you have 10 seconds of what we call useful consciousness, whereas at 16,000 feet, you've got 10 minutes. So the fact that it happened at that altitude is yet another silver lining here.
Absolutely. And I want to play for you. You talked about what we're normally talking about is the search for the black box, the cockpit voice and data recorders to go through that. One thing we know here is that the cockpit voice recorder, they basically have lost all of the usable material from it because of how it gets overwritten every 2 hours. For the control room, this is the second soundbite. Let me play what the chair of the NTSB said about this today, Miles.
We're disappointed that the cockpit voice recorder was overwritten. We can learn a lot from that cockpit voice recorder. We have urged the FAA to extend the cockpit voice recorder time from 2 hours to 25 hours because we want to hear communications, noise, alerts on the flight deck, which may help us prevent future tragedies.
Jennifer Hamady is not happy that this happened, that this went down this way. What could be on there that now is not, Miles?
Yeah, you've hit a pet peeve of mine as well, Kate. To me, in this day and age, it's kind of scandalous that we only capture the last 2 hours with digital data and hard drives, and we don't have looped tapes anymore. We could capture in excess of 24 hours as is recommended. And I'm going to take it one step further from the good chairperson and suggest once again that we have video cameras in the cockpits. The pilots union hates these ideas. They consider it an invasion of privacy, as they say. Well, I don't know about you, but when I'm at work, I don't consider that a private place. And if what you're doing can involve consequences which lead to the deaths of others, I think you might have to give up a little bit of your so-called privacy. It's high time that we improved the amount of data we got out of these cockpit voice recorders, including video. And for that matter, it should be streaming out of the aircraft in real time. But that's, you got me on my high horse.
I'll take you on your high horse anytime, Miles. It's great that you're coming on. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Kate.
So much of this investigation to go. Miles will help us walk through it all.